Alright, so today's video we're watching a Plat 3 tank on console playing D.Va and Sigma on Numbani. It's safe to say that Numbani isn't my favorite map. Having a 30-minute game had me feeling like I was trapped in hell. This has always been a D.Va map for me, no matter the meta, so I went with what I knew and felt like I was getting good value. As the game went on, I felt like my team wasn't making proper rotations and we lost fights we shouldn't have. This game went to the wire and ended up just how you'd hope a 30-minute game would end. Okay. Speaking of that with D.Va, I don't know what it is, but this has been like the lowest win rate D.Va season I've had. D.Va doesn't feel like as good as before after all the changes. I'm not saying that D.Va's bad. It's just like D.Va's kind of in that spot now of kind of like, okay. Like D.Va's like good, but like a few other tanks are just like very well ahead right now. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Defend objective A.
Yeah, it used to be much better. Yep.
Nothing gets past me. I'm taking our point.
You can go for the Zarya right now. Low energy Zarya. One bubble. No bubbles now. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. You're going to feed. Okay, already. So already, by the way, a little bit too, like, aggro. So I liked you going for the Zarya. I actually would have liked you to go up here initially, because I think you could have maybe, like, been with your team a little bit more. But when you went in there, you kind of went for the Zarya, and then you spent the rest of it going into, like, that. Kind of like that panic game that can happen, where, like, uh-oh, this isn't the play, this isn't the play, and that's kind of what happened. So the engagement initially on Zarya was great, but I would have liked to see you just peace out the moment the Zarya turned on you and use their bubble. Because you didn't have any help. And now you're at low HP, and now you have to wait. Your teammates, thankfully, were able to keep you alive there, but I would have liked to see a better approach to that. Okay, that was on the play. Remember, two options here. Stay up on the high ground, fly to your team. The last option you didn't want to do was fly into their team. That's why you're going back to spawn real quick. Wait for it. Yep, you look a bit lost right here. Remember, high ground or back to your team. This is fine. This is back to your team on high ground. I thought you were gonna eat that. Nice nano by your Ana.
Love sign.
Hedgehog, thanks for the 8 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna pause for a second because I think this is helpful for a lot of people here. You're too much on their Zarya the whole time. Listen, what you want to do as D.Va against the Zarya is not necessarily get on the Zarya the whole time. It's to count bubbles and then time your approach. But most of the time you're going for the Zarya now, you're not really counting your bubbles. You're just going for like I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get on the Zarya, I'm gonna do whatever. I've always been in the mindset it's okay to go after a Zarya as D.Va, but you need to time it better. You need to count bubbles. You need to time your engages. You need the Zarya to feel like that if they run at you, they're gonna fall over. And the only way you do that is by timing your bubbles. So I think it's one of these situations where you just need to look for other targets, like their Mercy. I've watched their Mercy be running around pocketing people this whole time and has gone untouched for the majority of the game. Get on the Mercy. Force a bubble out that way. Sometimes you're like, well, you know, the Zarya's not bubbling. What do I do? Well, what you do at that point if the Zarya isn't bubbling is you go on other targets, because then you're going to force a bubble out, which then means that you can see the bubble happen as you're going for the target, and if they don't, you get a free kill, right? If they do bubble them, now you have a bubble tracked, and then now you're in a much better spot. But just running at the Zarya over and over again is going to result in exactly what's going to happen most of the time, is eventually they're going to grind you down, and you're just going to feed them L charge the whole time. So it's all about timing. Keep in mind, I want to reiterate this because I've talked about this many times. You can play D.Va against Zarya, but you have to approach it as a timing-based dive and a timing-based aggression rather than just run at them like you're playing Zarya, like you're playing Ramattra, like you're playing Ryan. Not that style. Your style's very different. Here we go. One bubble. Mercy's your target, though. Or you can peel back, either or, but away from your... Yes. Mercy. Mercy. Okay, lost a little bit of flight control. Got to work on that. Moira or Mercy? Yes, you saw a bubble. Both bubbles have been used now. Both bubbles are used. Wait for the next bubble. You have a free kill on Zarya. You're losing track now. Why are you DMing a Moira in the middle of the open? One bubble used. You can ult if you need to, just to keep your suit. That's fine. Get back in your suit. Nice kill on the Zarya, because guess what? They had no bubbles. Why? Because you went for different targets and it forced bubbles. Although the Zarya shouldn't have died of that. But still. Flight control there. You're on the Genji. Nice job. You saw the Sombra. Sombra will touch point soon. Mercy got the res off all the way down there. That's impressive, actually. Go for the Mercy. This is the correct play. You got the Mercy. Nice job. Remember, Winston's a tougher matchup for D.Va nowadays. Not as good as it used to be, but when the armor's gone, you can tread Winston. Sombra has no translocator. You know that.
No one can hide from my sight.
Okay. One thing you do need to clean up about your D.Va play is you do a lot of this fly and just do circles for absolutely no reason. I want you to get out of the habit of this. I'm watching you fly into the team and then spin around in circles. I really, really want you to, like, try not to just do this. I'm going to fly around in circles until my cooldown's done. Have a reason. Have, like, a mindset of, like, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and then go from there. Right now, your mindset is, I'm going to fly in circles and then end up in the exact same spot. Go high ground for a second. Make them have to dive you. Make them, like, force them out of position. Don't just spin in circles and do that. Not a bad first point, though. You know, you have you only 2.5 minutes on second. I'll take that. Break bubble. Correct play. You're going back line. Yeah, up into the high. You had the right idea. You just got to execute that better. That's simple. I'm not even mad here. I feel like I'm okay with that. An EMP at the corner? That's great. I am totally fine with that situation. I am totally fine with that. Okay, let's see. Watching. So far, so good. That was something. You don't drop down there next time, by the way. Only because, like, that's an easy way to just not get a remech. Like, take your free remech when you have it. You're dead. Yeah. Bad second point. Honestly, I've actually had rough second points recently, too. So, third point D.Va can struggle for a little bit, but I do like third point for D.Va ult. Sigma's fine. So this is a fine swap. I will say, you might struggle a little bit against what they're running still, though, because they can isolate you off pretty easily, and they have a lot of follow-up because of it. And you can't really get your ult off because of the Sombra. So, you know, suggestions here, Winston would have been good. Zarya could have been okay. Actually, no, I wouldn't have gone Zarya because they have a Winston. So, yeah. I think Winston would have been fine. That's what I figured was going to happen. You just got snowballed out. You just got snowballed out. Nothing you can do about that. Maybe you wouldn't have gone shield tank against Winston. I mean, I'm okay with going against Winston as, like, Sigma, but I think when they have so many ults, there's a lot of things you need to take into account. So, like, I can kind of give you, like, an idea on this one that could maybe be helpful. Let me explain third point here. You know they're going to have ults, right? You know that they got through second point for free. Like, that part, no matter what rank you're in, you're going to know that they got through the point for free, for the most part. So, if I'm looking at what they have, I'm going, okay, they have Mei ult and they have Sombra ultimate. So what I want to do in that situation is I want to take a really fast engagement at the corner, like at the corner, right? Not sit there and play really defensive. So if you can't get that space as Sigma, you want to go more of a dive-based tank to get that. And the reason why is to force those ultimates out earlier. That's what you do. Sometimes, like, you're going to lose a team fight because you know their ultimates are that much better. And if they heck up their ults and you win, great. But you want to give yourself 2 team fights. And the way to do that is to guarantee a team fight early. So that way, any of those ultimates will probably be used. I'm not saying there's a guarantee, but there's probably about an 80% chance. Yeah, I'd say about 80% chance that if you engage them early there, their reaction is to pop their ultimates. And then you can come out of spawn again in a much freer situation, and even if they have EMP, which would be their second ultimate there, outside of the Mei ult, is at least you have opportunity to disengage out and then have a team fight. Instead, because your team is kind of all over the place and you went more of a static tank, you can't gain map control as easily, you get snowballed, you lose second and third after a good first one. So just remember, a lot of Overwatch is a part of that ult game too. I think it's something that can help any player. once again, back to if you're in bronze or if you're in top 500, is always recognize what they could have. You don't need to be accurate on it. You could be like, okay, I think they're going to have Mayeld soon. And they could be at 75%, but you ask me, 75% of Mayeld is they're going to have Mayeld in one ice block and a right click or two, right? But if you can predict that, your decision making becomes a lot easier. You'll hear me all the time go, oh, they're going to have this ultimate, and then I have to play around the idea of the ult. But if you go, oh, I'm going Sigma on third, and you stand there, but you know they have Mayeld, you're going to probably die to a Mayeld. You're probably going to get EMP'd, and you're probably going to lose. So I really think for any player, something you can always work on is understanding when the teams will have ults and letting your teammates know what ults they have. Doesn't mean you're going to win games, but it can help you. You can always look at the kill cam too if you need to like start to learn ult tracking, but it's a good step. Don't need to be perfect either. Don't need to be perfect. Or you can be like me. You can get shattered by a Reinhardt and then ask if they have shatter 2 seconds later. Because that's what I do. Larissa, Bastion, Moira, Sombra. Hey, your comp's actually not bad against this. Correct play. You made the correct play there. Getting out, not giving him a free kill. I would look for their backline on Mercy now. Look for Mercy. Correct play. Even if the Mercy gets the res off, you can still probably kill that Mercy. Yep. All right, that worked out. Wasn't perfect, but you went for the right target. Priority, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Got your suit back. There you go. Still watching? Mercy's in front of you. I'm starting to notice it a little bit more now that you're not playing against Zarya. Be a little bit careful on your DM usage. You're overusing your DM ever so slightly to the point where like I need you to at least chill on that a little bit. Remember, you don't need to DM every bit of damage. You need to DM burst damage, like very like aggressive high damage that will kill your team. Your DM, yeah, it is a bit too much face tanking too, but like in certain parts of this map, it's gonna happen. So like I allow for some face tanking as D.Va. I have to do it myself too. So I get it. To your left. That's not you. That's. I was gonna say you heard that Sombra from a mile away because they literally translocated right next to you.
Initializing systems.
You could go for the Sombra. Remember, you can spy check too. Yeah, there you go. So just a little bit of a note for anybody learning D.Va. It's called spy checking. All you do is you just hold your left click as D.Va when there's a Sombra nearby because you have a large spread on your damage. For anybody like who's new to Overwatch, if you have like the default crosshair on D.Va, you can kind of see that spread. It will randomly shoot a Sombra sometimes. So you basically make it so the Sombra can get shot. Once you shoot the Sombra, they're out of stealth, or at least you know where they're at, and then you can make a play accordingly. There's the EMP. I think that Bob works. Yeah, that's a good ult. Yeah. Killing the Junkrat with a Mercy. Not bad. Don't be afraid to ult this. I have ult time as I get kills all the time when people are snowballing here. Because you're going to lose a little bit of value of that ultimate as you get deeper into third. So like I like to use it in the first half of third point sometimes. Okay. That's a nano. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say burst damage just for Matra then. You gotta stop with this like fly in circles thing and to go nowhere. Okay. I respect it. Looks cool. Yep, I knew the moment you flew into the floor and stared at it, you were gonna get two. That was obvious you were gonna get that. Good kill, good peel. Matra. In that situation, just keep your teammates alive for a second rather than just try to get the kill on the Mercy. Good boop, good kill. And there you go. Okay. I mean, pretty good Pretty good attack, but remember, this is a 30-minute game, so this game gets wild at some point. Just to point that out, this game's gonna get wild even more so. So we'll see what happens. Doc, thanks for the 17 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Hope you're having a great morning, too.
Weapon systems overloaded.
Attackers incoming.
Hope you all are having a great morning.
Now you have a lot of time. Should be a winnable game for you. Watch what they're setting up at.
Aw, you must like me.
Yes, Lucio. Go for Lucio.
Neutralizing projectile.
Okay, I gotta pause you for this because I don't know if you thought you were gonna get the kill. Finish the kill. It's the same thing. What you just did the equivalent of, if anybody knows sports, ever watch when like the receiver in football starts running with the ball before they catch it and then they drop it? Get the kill on the Lucio. Guarantee the kill. Don't start going on to your next play and doing it. Get the kill. Okay? That was a free one, and then you just basically thought you had a kill because of their HP, but sometimes their heal boost comes up just in time, and that's just enough to keep them alive there, and then you're good to go. So, I mean, technically you don't even need to know like the terminology of like football there, like, or you said you watch baseball, like it's like when the player's about to get an easy ground ball and they look away from the ball and it goes under their glove and it's an error. Does that make sense? Same concept.
Diving in. Forward barrier activated. Our numbers are low. Careful. Holding them, dear.
Now keep in mind that Lucio survived, by the way. So just to circle back to that Lucio survived. So remember that what was about to be a free kill on Lucio turned into a Lucio speed boosting the team around, keeping them alive, and then Lucio survived. Do you see that? Do you see what I'm talking about there?
Weapon systems overloaded. Nothing gets past me. Human enemy turret ahead. Engaging thrusters.
Wait for it.
Holding them, dear.
A lot of doing nothing, okay? And what I mean by that is, this is something that players need to learn. You just need to settle. That's it. Just relax, go back to the team, regroup, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you got to do. Like just regroup. Don't try to force any plays. I mean, obviously you can argue that you got out Torvald, but I'll give you a counter argument. It's Torvald. Can I give you a NASCAR example? Vroom.
Enemy turret ahead.
I knew you were gonna hit that L button.
Booting up. Forward barrier activated. Gearing up.
Hey, you scored the kill. Is Torvald bad? Not really. I just wouldn't consider it like a high priority for me at that point to get it out. Like for the trade-off. Nice job on point, staying alive, but I don't know. I think that there's a little bit of an over-ult by your team here that I think is not going to be good. And based off of what I'm seeing, it's not looking good. I could be wrong, though. Your Reaper's still alive, but I think your teammates, once again, it's all about knowing when to reset. If your team just saved ults there, you win the game. Because you would have had a bunch of ults. Now you go into third point with no ults. Gravity Games, thanks for the 9 months to tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Not bad. Okay. Okay, let's pause for a second here just to kind of reset on this one, just to kind of give you some, like, an idea of what's going on here. Like straight up, you haven't stopped. There's been no reset. People have probably heard me say a lot this during spectating. The last thing you want to do in overtime is keep making team fights go for an hour and a half. Because a lot of the time, especially when you're in your back foot with no ultimates and like the other team is just constantly winning those team fights, you're just like constantly just feeding, right? Over and over again. And that's how they're going to keep building ultimates. You're not going to like you're going to lose the game. I'm just seeing a lot of the same, like just settle. So what to do instead? You ready? Regroup. That's it. That's all you got to do. I see so many times in overtime where players run to the cart over and over again, okay? One by one, over and over again. It's the reason why we had it on the bingo card. And I always ask this question. If you were playing this without it being an overtime, would you run at the cart 1v5 the whole time? Your teammates would think you're feeding, right? But for some reason, the moment this clock hits overtime, players start to just run to the cart to try and stop it. Which, I get the idea, but it's better to just win the team fight at a certain point than it is to feed over and over again on the off chance they get off the cart or something. Or like you hit like a miraculous devolve. This is how you lose these games because overtime spawns are longer. Just to reiterate this point to people, overtime spawns are longer, okay? Which means that you get less team fights. You'll generally average about one less team fight, maybe two less team fights on a really good overtime push because of the spawn times are much longer. If you waste your gameplay by just running at them over and over again, it ain't gonna go well. So reset. But anyway, so as I was saying, look at the score. So rather than like save your ultimates up and like get one solid team fight, your team waste all your ultimates and now it's 6-3. See? You see that? So yeah, you just kind of wasted that whole defense by just hard feeding over and over again to cart. It's a common thing that happens in overtime. Just reset and take a team fight. Save your ultimates. That is always a good strategy. If things aren't going well on a defense in overtime, the best thing you can do is stack ultimates and just win off of a massive ult fight. They won't be able to catch up on your ults. There isn't enough like neutral time happening in the game for them to build up a second wave of it. Unless, of course, like it's like these like long team fights, but it usually doesn't happen. Good focus on the Mercy this time, much better than last time. Not bad. Good target focus, much better this time. Finding the Mercy out of position. I'm going to give you a bit of a tip, and this might help you. Just because you have flight does not mean you need to fly around the whole time. It's okay not to use that cooldown for 20 seconds if you don't need to use it. I just want to point that out. Like, do you see how you just keep flying around in circles doing nothing? Stop doing that. You can go 30 seconds without hitting the button. And if you're going to fly around, exactly, hit the button again if it's not going anywhere. Like, stop just flying in circles to fly in circles. I've seen you do it so many times that you're losing track of everything that's happening. Keep your targets in front of you. Use your flight to get to spots that you need to get to or to help peel for your team. This goes back to what we said. Sometimes less is more in this, less is more in this situation. It's okay not to hit that button over and over again. I've just been seeing that a lot. Like a lot. Beans, thanks to the 15 months with the free discount. So thank you, appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the whatever the trail is going to be today too. In what, less than 3 hours now, right?
Engaging thrusters.
Yeah, it is less than 3 hours. Like that there. I'm just saying, like, I get it. Actually, that's fine. I'll give you that one. You flew back to your team, you had a plan. This one's a little bit more all in. That's what I don't like to see. I'm fine with this. You have time. Not fine with that. I would have just hid behind the wall to the left. No, noon Eastern. Custom, thanks for the 19 months of the previous prize. I'm not sure on that one. I'm sorry. Could be the new hero, but we don't know. Okay, I'd recommend playing in that situation right there. Usually standing still doing nothing is not the play. I'm sure something happened there, but that was funny. Nice pick. And you got rolled. Nothing you can do about that. You're still fine, though. Remember, your team had a little bit of extra time. So you're good here. You're gonna have to get through some ult rotations. I think your team's #1 issue's been your ults. Your ult usage is terrible. Not bad. This is just overtime. Not overtime, but like a everybody's trying to win the team fight all in one play type of play, and I can just see it happening. Meaty Ball, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. Shit, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Nice pick. That's a D-Mac Diva. Remember, just focus on the kills. Sometimes you're overdoing it. All right, you went up on high. Good job. Nice pick.
Fire! What else is new?
All right, now you're flanking. Oh, you could actually flank ult this if you want. That's a good ult. Because you're going to lead them into your team regardless and just going to get kills. That was actually a good ultimate. I think you could have made it a little bit better and you didn't have to do it from, like, behind them. But I like the idea. And I think that actually helped your team a lot more than it will show on paper. Or the kill feed, that is. Nice job. Nice kills. I like to add flight because you had nano. Good job. Did you always watch the streams while taking a break from Overwatch and you want to play it again? I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. My bad. All right, come on. You can do this. Third point, you have... Well, you have actually a decent... You have EMP coming up. Now you're in overtime, by the way, so you... If they don't engage early, you're just going to win. You're a console player and you really like to play PC, but getting used to the keys is really hard. Any tips? Sure. Just play. And I know that's like probably not... You're maybe looking for more direct tips, but I'm telling you right now, the more you play on PC, the more you'll get used to the buttons and the more comfortable you'll get. It goes like anything with practice, right? When you first start a sport or a hobby that you're new at, it takes a bit. So just be patient and keep playing. And it takes time. And you'll be good to go. Okay, continue on. Yep. Mighty Axe, thanks for the 3 months of tier 1. Thank you. Ooh, that timing's rough. That timing is rough. Oh, no. You can do this. It's winnable. Can your team clutch it? Oh, no. The high noon. Wait, Bam clutched it. Bam just got 3.
Regroup. It's the at your service. Woohoo! Highlights on the move.
Oh, Lucio? I like how you came back and the cart was in the exact same spot it was when you left. With overtime spawns. Oh, that ult. What a lamp. What a lamp.
You need aim training.
You can ult the cart now on top of it if you want. Yeah. I would have recommended ulting a little bit higher, but it worked out. Good job. All right, we got a 6-6 game. Holy crap, what a doozy. What a doozy. Are you enjoying this one, Sully? All right, let's see how this defense goes. Hopefully much better than last time.
Defend objective A.
Isolate targets. So if I'm looking at their comp right now, I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna go for the Lucio probably. Or if I see the Sombra go out of position. Because the Lucio is the easiest of the targets to kill here. Obviously, if one of them, there you go. Nice job by your team to follow up on Lucio. Yep, correct place. Warrior behind you. Nice, good play. Nice job, good D-Mac. Don't have to stagger if you don't want to. Obviously, if you're really going sweaty there, you can stagger the D.Va, where you just don't shoot the D.Va and let the D.Va have to get their mech back. It's actually a pretty good strategy late in the game, but just don't do it to me if I'm on D.Va. Does that sound good? You see the cat? Oh, the cat, he shows up a lot in stream. I don't really usually go and pick him up for that, and he comes up here a lot, though. Even Arnie's been coming up here a lot, too. Yep, you have the right target focus. A little bit behind on the rockets there, but that was totally fine. So, good job. Kill the, yep. Get the kills. Good job. Get the kills. Don't just stand there. Win the round. Win the round. You know, you never know. You never know. Just point that out, all right? You never know. All right, can you win this game?
3, 2, 1.
Let's find out.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
1 minute.
Stay focused. We have everything we need.
All right, let's see what happens. See if you can get this win. A little bit too aggro top right, but that's fine. You're just trying to create space. And Rick, thanks for the 3 months of the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Tough tool.
Okay, a little bit too aggro, but, you know, once again, try not to do too much sometimes. Is this gonna be a 6-6 tie? No, wait, you gotta kill! Wait a second! Oh, nice shot. I think that's the game. Man, he slept the diva, but I don't think you can touch point. Oh wait, you did touch point. Nice stick, but I'd say that game's over. Yep, and there you go. A 30-minute draw. What a treat for everybody in this lobby, right? All right, so we'll talk about it very quickly. I think for you, I think for you, like, something that needs to happen is you need to stop trying to do so much. I think you're in the mindset that you need to constantly try to, like, carry these games and, like, go in and make this play and dive this person and dive that person and get this kill and get that kill. Honestly, a lot of the time it straight up is just settling down for a second, regrouping, working as a team, and winning the game. And a lot of the time you're trying to make these individual plays that are just too much. So 2 things that you can pick up on. One, let's stop with the I'm gonna fly around in circles and go nowhere play. Stop doing that. Like, it isn't accomplishing anything for you a lot of the time, and you end up losing more HP. You lose out on kills, and you, like, for example, you won't finish a kill because of it. So that's number 1. Number 2, just keep working on your DM management and, like, your ability to, like, basically work on your DM management and not feed it in as much. This goes back to what I said. Stop trying to do so much. Sometimes the less is more thing applies here, and you're just trying to, as diva, a lot of it is just playing very sound and being like, if you're a diva that makes the other person on the team go, dude, get off diva, like you're just eating all my shots, that is the diva you want to be. You don't want to be the I'm flying into their team and hoping for the best type of situation. I think sometimes that's what you did. So go practice that DM management. Go practice trying not to fly in circles for an hour and a half. You do all of that, you'll probably be able to clean up a lot of your gameplay and get a lot better, because there is some good things that we saw. I think if you clean that up, you're going to get a lot better. I just think you need to apply that and stop trying to just force these wins, when in reality, that can also force a 30-minute draw. So clean up that gameplay and you'll be good to go. If you like this video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. That's where my Discord is. That's where you can submit anything. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch app below the webcam, also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day.